Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of ABFM. I hope I'm audible as well as the PPT is clearly visible to you. Okay, now what are we dealing with today? We're talking about our victory series, as this is a mixture or a blend of multiple um, questions starting from module A to module D altogether. If you're looking forward into individual questions, then what you can do is you can go to the previous playlist, which was Scholar series, which had all the particular area there. So which is basically a blend of different chapters, but individually. Matlab module A covered separately with around 12 to 14 classes, goes with the same with B, C as well as D. So you will get around if you talk about the basic, you will get around 140, 120 to 140 question per class there, per module. So you will get around minimum 600 to 700 questions in the entire series, which was taken earlier. But the plus point is it was all which was individual based, individual chapter based. Now we are moving on to the area where we're not talking about individual chapters, but blend or mixed questions. Are we ready for those mixed questions or not? Just to find that part. Acha, before I move forward, everyone, number one, please share the session. Number one, please like the session. Number two, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. Okay, so all these things are super duper important to keep us going there, right? Chaliye, now let's move on. This is the next part that is related to the area of not only management, but I'm covering multiple areas. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. This is a part of module B there. How is the payback period calculated in the net cash inflow? Every year is the same. Payback period is amount. This is called uniform cash flows, everyone. This is called uniform cash flows. When we talk about uniform cash flows, that means the same amount is received every single year. Whatever your uniform cash flows would be, you divided that uniform cash flows with this is basically amount. No, this is something. Okay, let me tell you about the payback period in a simpler format. If I initially put initial investment was of rupees 10,000, and I am receiving in the first year, I am receiving 2,500 back, second year 2,500 back. In how many years your 10,000 would be complete, everyone? Simple, 25 fours are 100, so that means in 4 years this would be done. All the other way would be 10,000 divided by 2,500. Done? What's going to be the answer? Then it comes out to be 25 4. So in this case, can I say within the next 4 years we'll be recovering this amount? Why do we do this, everyone? When we talk about this specific area, amount to be initially invested divided by annual cash flow per year, in estimated annual cash inflow per year divided by amount to be initially invested, or total cash flow divided by total cash outflow, or amount to be initially invested divided by total cash flow. As I told you, first of all, take the initial investment and divide it by the uniform cash inflow that you're getting every single year. Done? Now let's move on. Staffing is necessary activity at all the managerial levels, including everyone, lower level management, middle level management, or top level management. Staffing is necessary. Staffing indeed is necessary, but at all the managerial levels. See, staffing is basically putting people to work. If you're putting people to work, then if I'm putting people to work, what's happening? If I'm putting people to work, I'll be putting at all the levels altogether. No? A higher level, lower level, medium level, all of these together. So in this case, can you and I say in this case, it is all of these together? Staffing is done in everything, not in one, not in two, but in all. The answer is D. Next point. What is the benefit of satisfying demands of the workers? To create the positive working environment, to maintain financial records of the organization, to design marketing strategies for the organization, or to monitor the production process of the organization. What's going to be the answer? What is the benefit of satisfying demands of the workers? I think if you have a satisfied demands, na, when you've satisfied them, to create a positive working environment, to maintain final records or financial records, or design marketing strategies, or the last one was to monitor the production process. I think when I look at this entire point, we would be looking at these kind of things as it would create an environment where people will be satisfied with them. This will create, when people are satisfied, then they will continue working, so to create a positive working environment among the employees. Done. Which of the following statement is true, everyone? Organizations can introduce the control activity at two stages in the work process: prior to or after the performance of the work activity. Managers can use two types of concurrent controls, that is steering and screening control, and the last is screening control are reactive concurrent controls. They occur after work has begun but before it is completed. What's going to be the answer? I think organizing process starts just after the planning. Once you're done with the planning process, it is always done. That means when you're doing the work, before that even you're organizing, after that even you're organizing too. Managers can use two types of controls: steering as well as screening. Steering is basically keeping them under control every time they're deviating, and screening, keeping an eye on them throughout the process. And screening controls are reactive. I think I'll go with this part as well. But I think, according to the answer, it is first and third. First as well as third is definitely correct, prior period as well as the screening part. But they said that this is not the correct answer. But let's find out why. Managers can use two types of controls: concurrent as well as that is steering, as well as concurrent to prevent deviation. Acha nahi. See, the point is, when we talk about the controls, na, controls are not only limited to this area of screening and steering. It is of multiple types. The standard deviations on the MBO, as well as knowing the critical point control. There are multiple levels of controlling which the managers are supposed to keep. So I think this is something which is limiting our knowledge of controlling. What are redeemable preference shares, everyone? This is module B as such. What do you mean by redeemable preference shares? What do you mean by redeemable preference shares? Shares that cannot be redeemed, shares that can only be redeemed under certain circumstances, shares that can be redeemed as per the terms of issue, or the last one, that is shares that are redeemed automatically upon issuance. What would be the answer according to you? Let's talk about it. Redeemable preference shares are those preference shares which are to be paid off. If we have taken the money from them, then we are supposed to pay them off. Equity shares are never redeemed, but these are. So what would be the answer according to you, everyone? In this case, when we talk about redeemable preference shares, these are to be redeemed as per a specific time period. We might be doing it for a specific time, and above and below that particular time, we won't be doing it. So technically, when we talk about this redeemable preference shares, normally in India, it is 20 years. Within 20 years, you are supposed to pay them off. Right? So the answer is shares that are redeemed as per the terms of issue. Normally, it has to be less than 20 years. In terms of infrastructure, it can be more. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, everyone, then hurry up and subscribe it right away. What do control techniques provide managers with? What do they do, everyone? Everyone? What do the control technique provide managers with? Access to specific information, then access to the volume of the data, then access to specific as well as the volume of data needed to measure and monitor performance, or access of to general information about business activities. What's going to be the answer? What do control techniques provide managers with? But people really don't follow the rules sometimes. Sometimes things don't go as per the plan. But when things are happening, first of all, we need to know the reason for the variation. If we know the reason was valid, then what we can do, we can work upon our standards somehow, you know? And if we have to do that part, then we'll be making it clear. So access to the specific information, access to the volume of data only, access to specific information as well as the volume of data, or access to general information about business activities. What's going to be the answer, everyone? What do control techniques managers provide with? It actually provides them a specific information and volume of data. Whenever they're trying to manage something, it gives them a lot of information about how to control them. You know, sometimes controlling is not about controlling people, it is about controlling the activities first. That what is happening. People learn from what they're doing, and then whenever they are deviating, you have to guide them. So the activities have to be controlled. You know. Then comes effective controlling of business can be achieved by implementing only traditional methods, then implementing only modern methods, implementing any number of methods, both traditional and modern, or implementing only modern methods as they are more effective. वैसे the fact is that the methods which are modern are effective because they have some things called 360 degree assessment. This is a kind of assessment which is about complete from top to bottom. The study which talks about the organization studying the entire thing. That means the organization is studying about the particular person from his peer group, from his seniors, from his juniors, everybody, in order to find whether he's going good or not. ठीक है? Now, this is implementing any number of methods. Would be the traditional had been good enough, but modern had been reduced. But the fact is, we are still using both, right? Because there are certain things which were good there and which were good here. Done? What are modern techniques of control characterized as? Time tested and widely used, number one. Relatively new developments offering novel approaches, outdated and inefficient. Next is focus solely on financial aspects. What's going to be the answer? What are the modern techniques of control characterized as? I think they are looking forward towards relatively new developments offering novel approaches or time tested and widely used. They are somehow they have been accepted a lot. They are not outdated for sure, you know, and they are not only focused upon financial area because they are widely accepted because of the fact that they are going beyond the financial aspect. These are new developments offering novel approaches. That is why these organizations have been accepting this partner. Why is it mentioned that the final budget may turn out to be an inaccurate and costly? Um, Final budget may turn out to be inaccurate as well as costly. I'm sorry. When our standards are not prepared properly, to emphasize the importance of accurate budgeting, to discourage organizations from budgeting, to suggest that budgeting is unnecessary, or to highlight the limitations of budgetary control. What's going to be the answer according to you, everyone? Why is it mentioned that the final budget may turn out to be inaccurate? When we are not doing the researches properly, that particular standard can be wrong. This is basically to emphasize the importance of accurate budgeting. Accurate budgeting, see, if I tell you you work for around 8 to 10 hours, 8 hours of working is definitely there. Plus, you have your travel area, and then other than traveling, you have to get ready. Your routine is set. This is the time by which I have to wake up and get ready for the office and then leave for the office. And other than this, with 8 hours of your office work, you have at least 2 hours of allied work which you have to do associated to the going to the office. Then, or coming back from the office. That means 10 hours of your day is gone. You're out of 24, 10 are already gone. Then at least 6 to 8 hours are required for your sleep. The another 8 hours are also gone. Then what about the next 8 hours? Among these, at least minimum 3 hours gets wasted here and there because things are going on in a very haywire situation in every household. You have to go this, you have to do that, then you're going somewhere to go to the market and XYZ work that you are doing during your working hours. And after your working hours are over, I'm sorry. Then, along with this, whatever time you are left, at least 3 to 4 hours, you would like to keep it for your family and their work. So, technically, in this case, where is that um, particular area where I can put up and say, Study for 8 hours now, don't sleep at all." You can go for that for maybe a day, but after second day, but after third day, my standard is just not making sense. है ना? So in this case, if we say just take out from this 8 hour allied time, you take out the period, अच्छा the 8 to 10 हो गया ना, this is something which we are left with around 6 hours rather, 6 hours for your working and everything. So if you have got 6 hours only, at least three hours are gone in the household work as well as your other responsibilities. Three is left. Now if I would have prepared it as per 26 hours, you would be like, the standard is absolutely wrong. How do we reach out to the standard at all? You can reach the standard only if it makes sense, right? So in this case, the emphasis to emphasize the importance of the accurate budgeting is the answer. Okay, done everyone? So that's it. This is where I end my session. But before I end my session, let's look at our website, everyone. That is www.adda247.com. Okay, just a moment. This is our website, that is www.adda247.com. Go on to the area of JIB and CIB. Go on to the area of CIIB, Mahapack 2.0. This is the perfect time. This particular includes bilingual English medium. This particular area includes not only bilingual English medium but also includes the area of our revision batches, mini marathon, maha marathon, and even it includes our optional subjects. All the 5 optional subjects are already included in this. Your registrations would be starting from May. Then that simply means we need to find out whether we are doing it right or we need to change or switch our courses that we are taking up, है ना? So this can be Y541. Apply it and use the code Y541 and get it for 6,500 only, everyone. So you can get up to 81% of discount in this specific area. So that's it for the day. Thank you so much for being there. If you're planning to buy our courses, then do it right away as the sale is ending.